Saturday night from a frigid cold Tennessee. It just keeps getting freaking colder. It's supposed like January weather outside. All right, so let's see. Here comes my screen so I can see me. Can y'all hear me, see me, feel me, touch me? How's the Who song go there? Jim R, 5x5x5, New England Prepper, Barbara B, Jacob, how's a prepper? Okay, good. You guys can see me. So we made it to Saturday. I hope everybody is staying warm. I hope those of you up in Orchard Park and Buffalo and Erie County and everything like that are digging out. I hope some of you have power. I saw today there was up near 100,000 people without power up there, which is kind of what I was talking about the other day, guys. There's a hair hanging there somewhere. Here we go. Be ready, and because you never know what's going to happen, and so hopefully people had backup power and any cash they needed and food and heat and everything like that, because guys, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, they were talking about ice storms breaking down trees. That's all it takes. So, but prayers out to everybody up in upstate New York and in Michigan where you guys are getting dumped on. Those of you guys up was it Ontario's supposed to get hit? I guess this is all supposed to go over to Quebec and everything like that too. So prayers for you guys up in Canada as well. All right, so I wanted to start tonight. A bunch of you saw the video I put up around lunch today about doing the Christmas toy drive and the Christmas food drive. If you haven't gone to see that, you can go back and watch that when we're done here so you can kind of see what's going on. But this will be the third year we're doing this. And those of you guys who've been around long enough know it's always fun. Mrs. P and I go grocery shopping, take you guys along with us and go over to the food bank with a truckload of food and then go to the toy drive with everything there. So it's always a bit of fun, and we put a lot of smiles on a lot of people's faces, and usually some tears in my eyes. But after this afternoon's video, a lot of you had donated via Cash App. Like I said in the video, 86 PayPal when they started their finding stuff. So I just wanted to recognize everybody that donated this afternoon here real quick. I'm not going to give any last names. Most of it is by name. So if you hear your name called, you know I got it. So it was Linda S., Wanda C., Sandra W., Patrick C., Renee C., Nicole R., Cynthia R., Denise R., Keith P., Darlene H., Troy H., Gina, Whitley M., Carrie F., John C., Diane C., Greg N., David H., Deborah N., Labriska R., Gustav Monkey, which actually somebody sent me their YouTube name, Amy H., Paula J., Emily S., Joel Y., Angela T., Brendan B., Marcia G., Carol R., Michaela K., Ranger Gale, PJB Burke, Tamara Ewall, I knew I was going to screw it up, Corrine H., Kathy T., and Terry M. So to all of you guys, thank you very much for donating for the toy drive and the Christmas food drive. We will be probably doing this. I know the toy drive, they're distributing everything on December 3rd. So I know a bunch of you guys sent me emails, said you were going to try to mail me something. A few of you guys had good ideas, like I said in the video this morning. I can't cash checks made out to Pinball or anything like that, because obviously that would be a business name, and I don't run this like a business. So I'm not going to go get licensed by the state and do all that happy horse shit. But a couple of you guys had ideas of sending a money order without a payee on it, that would work. Even if you sent a Visa gift card or even an Amazon gift card, I can use that for my own personal use and then just give the equivalent cash to the food drive or the toy drive or something like that. So that all works. So if you guys are considering doing something like that, please get it out in Monday morning's mail so it's here by next weekend, because that's when I'm going to have to go out and do all this shopping. So, but should be fun. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank everybody who is donating. And I mean, I get everybody can't. A lot of us are in tough position right now. Don't feel pressured to do anything whatsoever. If you can, great. If you can't, hey, just thinking about other people. Somebody said, I think it was in chat here, maybe it was in the comments, about giving somebody a hug today. I mean, something little like that, putting a smile on somebody's face during the holidays is what's important. So somebody just said, Ray F., can you put the name of the toy drive on the check? No, because they don't take checks or anything like that. Like I said in the video earlier today, I've got to go to the store, buy grocery store gift cards, and then the grocery store will let the kids swap out the grocery store gift cards for whatever they want, because we're taking on the tweens this year, not the little kids, because I explained all this in the lunchtime video, but no, it can't, checks don't work, guys. So I'm sorry. But I appreciate anything that anybody can do. It looks like already we're going to have a decent turnout. So hopefully we will be able to bless a lot of families and a lot of kids this holiday season. It's not as much as it'd be cool if we went and got turkeys or something. I'm more concerned about getting them a volume of food, kind of like preppers food, so they can feed the family for a longer period of time than one meal. Okay, that's kind of the way I look at it. So, but like I said, those of you guys who've been around here for the last couple of years, you've seen what we go out and get, and try to do the best we can for everybody. So it's a lot of fun, and and the organizations are extremely appreciative. Obviously, we never get to see the kids or the people in the food drive or whatever it is, but we both drive away after dropping everything off with big smiles on our face, knowing that, this whole family, all of you guys and everything like that, and me, have made somebody else a little comfortable for however long we can. So for me and Mrs. P, thank you to everybody. So, but if anybody wants to contribute yet, the Cash App link is right down there at the bottom of in the description of the video right here. So we're all set there here. If I can do this here real quick, I will, because I know some of you guys are on phones and you can't see that easily. So let's do it this way. Paste, and there's the link, cash.app/$Pinball Preparedness. And so if anybody wants to donate, that's the easiest way to do it. Like I said in the video today, you can send me cash through the mail, as I said before, gift cards or a blank money order or something like that. Those will work. I'll figure out how to get that done. The personal checks we can't do anything with. So, okay. There really wasn't a whole lot that went on in the world today. I mean, Canada's going stupid still. That's about it. Some bank is now coming out with a social credit score credit card. I mean, that's about it. I mean, it was a quiet day, which was good. So, all right. So I want to get into Q&A because I figure we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on with everything that happened this week. And so we will get in for what you guys want to talk about, because that's kind of the whole point. So, and I'll kind of remind everybody or let everybody know, if you're new, how we do things here. This is all the live streams are always about your questions. Okay, this is your chance to talk. If you have a question for me, please put it in all caps, just like every other YouTube channel. There's 1,500 of you guys in here right now. There's one of me, so it makes it a lot easier for me to read, find the questions if they're in all caps. I did slow down the chat even more than normal. I put it on 90 seconds tonight because it's still gotten crazy, and my moderators are trying to keep up with everything. But the whole point on that is, we want to keep everything friendly in here. The one thing I have zero tolerance for is anybody being rude to others in here. Disagreement is fine as long as you're polite. Okay. I don't care if it's politics, religion, how you garden, what you're eating for Thanksgiving. Disagreement's fine. But when you start being rude to people, that's when the moderators give you the nice little bye-bye. So please be polite. Go from there. And other than that, we try to keep it PG-13 around here. So every once in a while, 4-letter word will come out of my mouth. So if your 6-year-old is in the room, probably not a good idea. But trust me, your 13-year-old has heard it all and said it all already. So, all right, let's get into some questions here. Let's see. I've got all the hellos. Linda Bopp, how does that freesteading thing work? Okay, so if anybody's been over to the freesteading.com website, it is a community, if you will. Think of it kind of like a Facebook, if you will, where it's going to be all typing, talking, whatever it is. It's not videos and everything. But it's a great place to share information. The thing that I've got a community over there. I'll post things that I find over there. Sometimes people post links to videos or whatever, but I put something up there the other day. I had got a information on a rebate coupon for, I believe it was Remington ammunition. And so I put that information over there so anybody go look at it. The greatest thing I think that's over there is the state by state chat room. So, like for me, I'm part of the Tennessee chat room, and that's a good place to find other like-minded people who may live nearby you, help you build a mag, help you have somebody to go coffee with that you could talk about something, along those lines. Moonlight Gardner, thank you for the super chat. Yes, the Pinball Vet coupon code is still valid. So Pinball Vet, all caps. But, that's one of the best things for the freesteading community. And there's names you're going to know. I've got a page. Deep South Homestead has a page. David the Good has a page. So, you'll find a lot in there on homesteading, living in the country, prepping, a little bit more than you're going to find in some of the videos. For me, I use it for getting out other bits and pieces of information that don't warrant a video. You guys really don't need a 10-minute video telling you that Remington has a 20% off coupon. Okay. I use it kind of like I use the community board here, but then it's also a chance for me to talk to some other people as well. Okay, let's see. Winona Halen, how do you change your handle? If you go to your settings on YouTube up in the right-hand corner, if I can see where it is. Yeah, if you click on the little thing that's got your symbol or your letter or whatever, down the bottom, if you go to settings, you can go through it doing it there. Florida-based, I had no idea YouTube took out 40%. I'll be sending you my weekly 1776 at Cash App instead. Yeah, I've mentioned that before, and that's why we try to do especially the food drive and stuff like that through alternate means, because the first year we did it, I don't remember what we raised. I think we raised $500 or something like that. And by the time all was said and done, I had like $300 left. I don't remember the exact numbers, but yeah, that was YouTube takes 40% of any of the super chats or super stickers or was it super thanks? I think they do or something like that now. Yeah, so like they don't make enough money, right? Now they got to do all that. But so okay, where are we? Buzzard Prepper. I'm going to Deep Six PayPal and we'll download Cash App. Yeah, I mean, I think I talked about it the other day. I mean, when they first said they were going to do this, I think it was Patera who put it out at first. I was like, holy crap. And then, PayPal within a couple hours, by the time I had seen her video, PayPal already said, oh, that was a mistake. That's not happening. I was like, all right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Then a week or 10 days later, when it came up again that they were doing it, I'm like, you're out of here. That was it. And PayPal disappeared from me and this channel and everything very quickly. Fortunately for me, I don't have an Etsy store. I don't have any recurring customers, purchases, or anything like that. So I was able to close my PayPal account in 5 minutes. A lot of these people who take PayPal for business or, like I said, eBay or anything like that, you got to wait 180 days to close it. Okay, if the account stays open, just tell everybody, do not under any circumstances use PayPal. And that'll be that. But yeah, I mean, that's probably the stupidest business decision I've ever heard. The PayPal has, we've decided we're going to fine you for what you say on other media sites. No, sorry. And I mean, nobody was smart enough over there to go, gee, I wonder if people might leave. I don't know, stupid. But hey, it's okay. There's other companies out there perfectly happy to take the business. Let's see. Where are we? Gen X Prepper check that has the name of cash. Yeah, I suppose you could do that. That would work. Then it's just a matter of me taking it to the bank, but I could do that with a money order anyway, so it's not a big deal. Porch Goose Prepper, I snail mailed my donation today. Hope it arrives in time. Yeah, it'll probably be here. I will go to the post office before I go shopping or anything like that to make sure. I mean, I usually go to the post office about once a week. I went first thing this morning. So I'll probably go next Saturday morning and hopefully whatever's there is there. So if it gets here in a week, we should be good. Yeah, please don't waste the money overnighting it or expressing it. Just put a stamp on if you're going to do it. It should get here pretty much anywhere within a week. So Old Hippie 60, going to be 5 degrees above zero tonight here in Wisconsin. We're supposed to get down to like 23. So ain't going to be a whole lot warmer, at 800 miles south. It's like, yay. I just don't want a lot. I'd like some snow for the holidays. Don't get me wrong. It's nice when there's a little snow on the ground for Thanksgiving. Give me 6 inches of snow for Christmas. On January 2nd, make it 75 degrees again. I'm good. Okay, I'm done with winter at that point. PS 1990, happy Saturday, Pinball. Limits on eggs and only one selection at Costco in northern Colorado. I've heard from a few of you guys at different stores today have told me that you've gone in and places are limiting eggs to 1 or 2 dozen, whatever it would be. And again, we're going to hear all the bird flu excuses and whatever. And I think I told you in the video the other day, the farmers are saying that it's the grocery stores that don't want to pay what the farmers need and yada, yada, yada. I mean, and this is where it starts getting real ugly with food is the farmer's got to get paid. Okay. Like I said, he's not going to, raise eggs that cost him a nickel an egg and sell it for 4 cents. The grocery store has got to run a business. They've got to sell it to the customer for a price the customer's going to pay. You got that wholesaler in the middle. And I mean, you guys in the trucking industry can certainly tell me about this one. Okay. The wholesaler who's in the middle is going, I want a 30% cut or whatever the hell it is. What are you doing? It's like, no. So, again, if we all have the advantage, and I think this is what you're going to wind up seeing, is a lot more and this is a good thing to me, okay? You're going to start seeing a lot more mom and pop farm stands, okay? Selling eggs on the side of the road, selling vegetables on the side of the road, apples or whatever would be. And if you see one of those little roadside stands and you're going to the grocery store, stop there and buy your eggs. Even if you spend 20 cents more than a grocery store right now, you know the money's staying local. Okay. And this is the other thing that I'm a big proponent of. You know, the big grocery store here, biggest chain is Kroger. In the country, the biggest chain is Kroger. The profit goes to Cincinnati. That's where Kroger's based. It doesn't stay here. Okay. You know, it's like all the people going back in the day. You know, I've always been a big proponent on buying American. I mean, every car that I've owned has been, you know, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, you know, whatever would be. I'm not a foreign car fan at all. And people say, yeah, but, you know, Toyota, you know, all their cars are built in Ohio and everything like that. True. And that means the wages for the guys that work in the plant stay. The profit all goes to Tokyo. The profit on a Ford, a GM, a Chrysler, whatever goes to Detroit. All right. I'd rather have the money stay here. Just me saying. Okay. You know, then of course we got into the whole turn of, well, all our cars are going to be built in Mexico. And then it's like, all right, that screws everything up even worse, but don't even get me started in that one. That could be a whole video in itself. All right. Suburban Hillbilly in Knoxville. Wish it was to meet Pinball and Mrs. P. Burying my mama tomorrow. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll donate, but have to get home to Georgia before I can. Take care of family. That's way more important than anything else. Okay, please, and my prayers to you and your family for the loss of your mom. Huffy Prepper, will a Walmart gift card be okay to send me? No, I can't do anything with that. And again, guys, I can't deal with 10, you know, gee, here's a Sephora card and a Walmart card and everything like that. It's got to be something I can turn to cash quickly because I've got it. Then I'd have to take a Walmart card and turn it into cash and then go buy the grocery store card. So please don't give me more work than I already have. Okay. Let's see. Carol, question, do I have Venmo? Venmo's owned by PayPal. No. So just so you know, yeah, Venmo is nothing different. Venmo is owned by PayPal. Same rules apply. $2,500 fine. Won't be happening there. Cat Lady Nelly, would I cash in savings bonds? All depends on, and I know how savings bond work, like a zero coupon bond, and I'm not even going to try to explain that if you know how savings bond works or zero coupon bonds work. It depends on what you got it for, how close it is to maturity, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's way too many variables for me to answer that question. You know, again, if you're at threat of the lights being turned off or not putting food in the house, yeah, okay. If it's just because you want some extra pocket money, that's up to you. Carrie R says Cash App wouldn't accept my card. Anyone else have a problem? Somebody else said that in the, I don't remember if they emailed me or said it in the comments today too. Yeah, I've heard it from a couple of people. I don't know if it's a relationship they have with the bank or whatever. I know somebody asked me if I had Zelle today, if I could use that. And my bank, the particular checking account I have with my bank does not work with Zelle, so I can't do it. So, I mean, there are certain places and issues that don't work with certain things. And you know, sometimes it could be too that your bank has blocked it because they want to make sure it's not fraud. I know I get those fraud alerts on my credit card every once in a while, especially when I'm trying to buy ammo or something like that. So they decline the card, and then I get this text message: "We declined this. We don't think it's you." I'm like, "Yeah, it's me. Let charge go through." You know, it happens every once in a while. So I don't mind them looking out for me, but at least they check. You know, it's like if they just declined it and said sorry, not happening, then I'm like, oh, and I'll be going to another bank. And I've done that before. Chad K, can I do a donation still? Yes. Cash App works. I mean, if you want to do it, drink Super Chat, but understand YouTube takes 40%. If you want to mail it to me, like I said, please get it out in Monday morning's mail, because I need to have everything by next Saturday. Just me. Santa and Mrs. Pinball give me joy. We'll do. We'll get. Yeah. We're not that close yet. BG's, hi Pinball. Would I use my 401k to pay off mortgage? That's up to you, but I will tell you this. That's what I did a year and a half ago, somewhere there. About when did we pay off our mortgage? About a year and a half ago. Yeah. I used what was in my 401k right after we had that nice jump in after I think it was after we bounced. Yeah, it was after COVID. And then when everything started to go south again, I'm like, the hell with it, I'm done. And I'm, no, because I don't have any faith in the market. I mean, okay, fine, we're still in the 30,000s, and I know you guys are going to get on me on New Year's Eve again. It's like, oh, you said the market was going down. Well, market has performed lousy this year, not at 20,000, not as bad as I thought it would, but the year ain't over yet. So can't really tell you what to do. That's up to you. I don't know the balance of your 401k. I don't know your life situation. I don't know your mortgage. That's a personal decision. And, I'd say go talk to your financial professional, but I can tell you this, every financial professional is going to tell you, oh, keep the money in there, because a lot of them are paid on the basis of assets under management. And so they're thinking about their own interest first and not yours. I'm just telling you. Okay. Mama Bear living on a dime and a prayer. Pinball, what can someone do with the really old eggs? I know to use the shells, but what about the eggs? This is controversial. I was always told, do not use raw eggs in the garden, okay? That you risk introducing salmonella to your garden. That was what I was always told, okay? Now, if any of you guys watch Self-Sufficient Me, Mark, okay, out of Australia, big YouTube channel. He's got a video, I don't know how long ago, where he was using raw duck eggs in the garden. That, he's doing it. I was always told not to do it, okay. Personally, rotten eggs or bad eggs, I just crack them, wash, and throw out the contents, and use the shells. That would be it. I don't want to risk. I mean, if they're rotten, they stink. You don't want that anyway. I don't want to risk. That's a bad way to put it, because anything you put in your garden, you're always taking somewhat of risk. I don't want to knowingly put something that's spoiled into my garden. Let's put it that way. Crazy Train, artillery training, very heavy lately at Fort Indiantown Gap. A lot of explosions tonight. I couldn't even begin to tell you why. I mean, it's no secret that, everybody's kind of on pins and needles what's going on in Ukraine, but could they be related? Maybe. Could it just be normal training? Yes. I can't really answer on that one. Whoops, there we go. Shot to the bottom. Linda S., I wrote friends and family on the Cash App. I want you for the drive because of Cash App tax rules. That's fine. Yeah. And friends and family is fine. However, don't worry about the tax issue. Don't worry about the tax issues. I'll take care of tax issues. But friends and family saves any of those fees. I think, whatever would be. So however we do it. Stephen's story, Mr. Pinball, sir, for all that you do for everyone, is there anything I can do for you and Mrs. P? You could donate to the food drive. That would be the best thing that I would ask. Okay. So it's 9:30. It just ticked. Anybody know what these are? This is fun. We're going to do this real quick. Time out at 9:30 here. How many of you know your pinball trivia? I have 9 envelopes here with prizes for 9 of you. We are not doing them all tonight. We are doing one. Okay. This is what will happen. I have some trivia questions for you that are about me to see how well you've paid attention to videos. This is where I get to have fun with you guys. Mrs. P and I told you guys about this a couple weeks ago. Mrs. P and I save up all the super chat money and everything like that over the year and thought we would do this and have some fun, give back to you guys. All right. So there are some very nice prizes in these envelopes. There's 6 of them from me and Mrs. P. And there's 3 of them from one of you guys who a couple of months back sent me some, and I'll just use the term care packages, that he wanted to share with the rest of the family. And I had asked him if it was okay if we saved it for a Christmas drawing. And he said it was. So those are in here as well. So there are 9 envelopes here. And this is how this is going to work. I'm going to ask a trivia question. Now, the way the chat works, I am not sure. I've heard from people sometimes the order is different on your computer than it is on my computer. Okay, so the mods don't even know the answers to this. This is all going to be on me. I'm going to ask a question. The first person who has the exact correct answers, there aren't going to be any closes. Okay, you got to be exactly correct. I will call the winner. The judge's rules are final, and this guy's the judge. And if somebody says, but my name shows up on my computer first, I get it. It all depends on how it shows up on my computer. Okay. The person that wins will then get to pick one of 9 envelopes, and we will open up the envelope and see what they won. So, guys want to have some fun? All right. What I'm going to ask everybody here real quick is please stop making any comments real fast. All right. If you know the answer, put it down. Okay. Please do not just start trying to throw anything out there. The questions aren't that easy where you can just guess. All right. Yeah, see, and I ask you guys to stop the comments and you keep going. No, there's Paladin. There are a lot more than seed packets. I will tell you this. You will get an idea real quick. KP Heathen, don't worry about being here for a year. I've given the answer to every one of these questions in easily the last 3 months. Okay. So please, guys, stop with the chat. All right. Are you guys ready for the first question, or tonight's question, I guess, if you will? Let me pull up my sheet here. I have said this many times. What was the alphanumeric designation for my job in the military? First one with the answer. What was the alphanumeric designation for my job in the military? There you go. Common Sense Karen has the answer. That was quick. Human Intelligence Collector, 97 Echo. Yes, that was it. Common Sense Karen, you are the winner. All right, guys, we have a winner. Hang on. A lot of you guys had the answer. Wow, I'm surprised. Y'all remember. Okay. But Common Sense Karen was first. All right. So once everybody's done, slow down. There we go. All right. Karen, pick an envelope. 1 through 9. Common Sense Karen. We're just going to wait for her to come up with the number here. Envelope 1 through 9. I am watching. I am surprised you guys got that so fast. Common Sense Karen, pick an envelope, 1 through 9. Oh, she's probably got to wait the 90 seconds. Yeah. Do. Watching. Oh, that somebody said, see, we pay attention. Oh, I know you guys pay attention. There's some questions in there that I've only answered, that I've only mentioned one time. I want to see how to. Common Sense Karen, we need an envelope number. There we go. 5. All right. I have no idea what's in each one of these envelopes. I shuffled them all, put them in upside down, and sealed it. So here is envelope 5, as you can see very closely. I will open this right in front of us. Common Sense Karen, you have won a chest freezer. Please send me your mailing address, and I will be shipping you a 7 cubic foot chest freezer. There you go. Now, use the chest freezer to go get a side of beef or something of the sort and stock up a bunch of meat or something like that while you can get it cheap. But email me this evening your address, and I will get that taken care of either tonight or tomorrow morning. And you should probably have that, my guess is, by the end of the week. Congratulations on that one. Like I said, guys, this is a little bit more than a bag of seeds. So there we go. We wanted, Mrs. P and I want to give back to you guys. That is kind of the whole point. So, all right. Now, you just get one question tonight. There's still 8 more chances, guys. They're just not all going to be done today. But they will all be on live streams, just telling you. All right, so let's get back to questions if I can't. Well, all right, guys, I'm going to have to ask you to re-ask all your questions, because when I go all the way to the top, it was all the questions are gone. So we're going to have to start. So let's start. Charlie Knoll, what vape pen do I use? This is an old one. This is the one I use every day, though. It's a Geek Vape one with the Baby Beast tank on it. You can't even buy the Baby Beast tanks anymore. They don't even make them anymore, which I got to keep this one working because I've got 30 coils for it. So I got to make sure that the tank stays good. But the mod is worn out, but it still works. And, you know, considering these things cost $100, I don't care what it looks like. I'm not doing this to impress anybody. So, all right. All right, so I got to get back up here in the questions. We are Change MD. That's a wonderful winning. We'll have fun. Don't worry. Hang on a second. There we go. Sounded like it was raining outside. I'm not sure here, so then I'm knocking stuff over and doing all that sort of screwball stuff, but that would be typical of me when I'm wired to a telephone. All right. Let's see. Got to find where I am again. There we go. Winona Halen, but the seeds are really nice. We did a whole bunch of seeds. Seeds to me they're fun to give away, but that's not, not a prize like for Christmas. I'm trying to help preppers and make Christmas nice, so as best we can. Anna O, any news on North Shore? I have not heard from him in a week. So last I heard from him, he was just going to take some time off from YouTube to take care of himself, and he said, he'll let me know when he comes back, when he's coming back. So Terry Buchanan, what dehydrator do you have? Is Kosori a good brand? Kosori is actually what I have. I did a review on the dehydrator a month or two back. It's an excellent dehydrator. I did the review on this one, and I replaced the other one I had with this one because I like this. This one was able to do the same as my old dehydrator in a third of the time. So yeah, and the capacity and everything like that is, I find it to be an excellent dehydrator. Ken Harrison, is that only tobacco? No, actually it is. It's a home, I make my own juice. It's a clone of mother's milk. So it is dragon fruit, strawberry cream, and sweet cream. That's what's in this one. Mrs. P likes this one, and so that's what we're smoking, vaping this week. Crap, we just shot to the bottom again. Boy, YouTube, you are really trying to argue with me tonight. Let's see, where are we? Here we go. Silicon Valley, California, AR pistol or AR rifle, your recommendation? What? Okay, I have rifles. You can get a rifle with a collapsible stock on it, so it would be a pistol, so it could be both. But again, I will say everything with the weapon, it is what you are most comfortable with. It could be by your size. The ARs I've got have collapsible, not foldable, collapsible stocks on them, okay? For Mrs. P, she's got to bring it out about that much. For me, I've got it fully extended. Why? Well, she's about 5'5", I'm 6'8". My arms are a little bit longer. So, yeah, I mean, either one is going to be fine. Let's put it that way. But it depends on your situation and depends on what you're comfortable with. If you're more comfortable with the pistol, go with the pistol. If you're concerned about both of them, I'd go with the rifle and the foldable stock. So, Freedom Firefighter, thank you for the super chat. As always, thank you for your generosity. What are your thoughts on the reinstatement of Trump's Twitter account? I think it's a plot by Elon Musk here. Trump's already said he's not interested in going back. He's going to stick on Truth Social, which doesn't surprise me one bit. I mean, hell, he created it. Why would he abandon his own platform to go to somebody else's? But, Elon Musk is trying to generate interest. And so they put up this survey, should I reinstate Trump? I don't think Trump really cares. So, not a big deal there. Diane S., are you going to do any Thanksgiving cooking videos? It's funny you say that because I wanted to see if what I put last year, I showed you guys, there's a video in the playlist, the Cooking with Mrs. Pinball playlist. It's Thanksgiving with Shay Pinball or something like that. And I showed you how I make my stuffing and how I make my green bean casserole and how I make my sweet potato casserole, all the way down to it's sitting on the dinner table. So I probably won't show you all of that, but maybe I'll show you something different. I don't know, but I don't like doing the same videos over and over. This is how I cooked the turkey in 2021. This is how I cooked the turkey in 2022. It's exactly the same. I'm just a year older. So there's one up on the playlist if you want to see some of my recipes. And my stuffing recipe goes back to Eastern Europe, God knows how many decades ago or centuries ago at that point. New channel, how do I make a living now? YouTube pays us some, no doubt whatsoever. And then I was smart enough to save money throughout, my life. Well, I mean, from getting out of the homeless situation. But Mrs. P and I think I told you guys, I mean, I had 2 jobs and we ran a business and did that for 6 years and we banked a lot. So we had enough to be able to retire. YouTube pretty much pays the bills. Not going to say that we don't get paid on YouTube. You know we get paid on YouTube. Am I getting rich off of YouTube? No. Okay. Does YouTube pay me a decent amount of money? Yes. Okay. And then we've got our savings that we live on. How many am I expecting for Thanksgiving? I have honestly no idea. Robert Bates, can municipalities still collect taxes if they're no longer providing services? Of course. I mean, that's the number one mission of a city, collect taxes. The rest of it is a bonus. Oh, gee, we collected all this money. Yeah, I guess we'll spend a little pittance on you poor folk out there. Yeah. Trust me, the only way they're not collecting taxes anymore is if they cease to exist. You know, there will be no services. You'll still have to pay taxes. Okie Forge, have I read anything about 6G to replace 5G? Somebody sent me something last night, this morning, one of the two, about 6G, and I haven't even had a chance to look at it. It's the first I've even heard of 6G. So 5G isn't even rolled out everywhere. So, you know, I mean, I can't give you an answer. Sword 5000, should I use only cash to stay out of the social credit score? Okay, you got to remember, your social credit score isn't just what you put on your credit card. Okay, it's, think about anything. You remember all those commercials? What was it? Progressive Insurance, I think it was. Plug this little thing into your car, and you know you could save hundreds on your car insurance or whatever. You know, tell us how you're driving. That's what's going on. It's like, oh, you go to the gas station, you've got a license plate. Okay, they snap a picture of your license plate, they snap a picture of the pump and say, okay, you bought 20 gallons of gas this week. And you're there the next week. Oh, you bought 20 gallons of gas this week. Okay, we figure you use 20 gallons of gas a week. Therefore, that gives you a score of -80 or whatever it is. You know, it's a lot more than just how you spend your money. And, you know, if it's on a credit card or something like that, they're going to check everything. How much electricity did you use in your house? You know, who knows if you have the green police come around. Did he mow his lawn this week? Yes, he did. Okay, he's got 3 acres. We figure that takes 5 gallons of gas. So therefore, if he mows his lawn once a week, he uses 5 gallons of gas there too. Yeah, okay. It's not just the credit cards. You know, your grocery store card or whatever, anything that, if they want to track you, they're going to track you. Edward Peters, what are the remaining 8 contest questions? Difficult. D. Van Eck, what time is dinner on Thursday? What can I bring? There you go. Doggone it, I have the exact same vape pen, red and all. Had it a while. Mine definitely had for a while. Sarah of the Woods, do I have a jerky recipe or a book that you'd recommend? I've got a few different preppers cookbooks. None of them are convenient. I've got a couple. Ooh. Yeah, sorry, the camera almost fell over again. I'm just looking. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can. No, those are apothecary books and field survival books. So, I'll have to get back to you on that. I know where the books are. They're over in the living room. So, but off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you who the author is or what the name is. What kind of beer am I having tonight? I've got my good old Busch NA. Nest Peeper, you can still get replacement glass. I don't understand the context of the question. Okay. CKOC, Kentucky legalized medical weed last week. Oh, joy. I mean, and I guess I'll say this, on On a medicinal basis, I don't have a problem with it because there's a lot of studies that prove it helps people with certain diseases or whatever would be. And I'm all for that, okay? My concern is the recreational use of all this stuff. And that's where the problem comes in, at least for me, okay? That's my opinion. I've never been a drug user or anything like that. It never appealed to me. Let's put it that way. Uh, yeah, it's just not. Like I said the other day, it's something I can't control. I don't care. They could legalize it in Tennessee. I could care less because it's not like I'm going to use it. All right, so that was kind of what I was talking about. Something like that a few days ago. Porch Goose Prepper, there's a delay for some of us. I saw the answers before I heard the question. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this as best I can, trying to do what I can. That one was quick. I was really surprised somebody got that one that quick. Some of the other questions, I don't think they're going to get that quick. So hopefully there's other opportunities. John Zismont, how long did you smoke and how long you been vaping? I started smoking when I was 16. I quit. So 16 would have been 1982. I quit in 2013. So that would be what, 31 years? And I've been vaping since 2013. So that was it. And the stupid reason for that, if you all remember the video that I did with my Army buddy Brett, okay, I was out in Utah and somebody had one of those the original like vape pens. I'm like, what the hell is that? And told me everything like that. So okay, so at the time in Utah, cigarettes, a carton of cigarettes, generic brand cigarettes, were $65-$70. Okay. And so I went to the store and I'm like, okay, let's check out this vape thing. I figure, all right, I'll buy this. I can smoke it for a week. If I don't like it, I can go get cigarettes. It cost me the same thing to get the whole setup. I never looked back. I mean, the biggest reason I quit smoking cigarettes was a financial reason. It was cheaper to do this. And then when I figured out I could make my own juice, which cost me about $1 a week now to smoke, yeah, I still get my nicotine, but I've got a gallon of nicotine in the freezer. So I got nicotine to last me for years. Huts John, do you compost in place in your garden in the wintertime? Yes, absolutely. I did a video on that a week or so ago telling you guys about it. I had put all the grass clippings in, put all the leaves in, and I'm just going to let it rot there over the winter. For me, for my climate, late January, early February, I'll be able to go till everything in. I know people say, oh, but you should use back to Eden, you should do no-till, everything like that. That depends on where you are, guys. It works for some people. It doesn't work for others. It does not work well for me here because of the bugs that we get. We get fire ants and all that sort of stuff, termites and everything like that. And so it works better. I tried and it did not work well here. And I also, the other thing is I don't have 10 years to try to build soil. I tried for a year in one garden, and the next year it was like, I got to turn this. This is doing nothing. I turn it and everything's fine. But yeah, out in the garden right now is the old the old straw bales from the sweet potatoes, and a bunch of grass clippings, and a bunch of leaves, and a bunch of weeds, and a bunch of compost that I made, from last year's stuff. I scooped all that into, I think I had 10 wheelbarrows full of compost that I spread out in gardens and stuff like that. So, and then I'll just let it all rot in there and I'll till it in the spring. Daddy of 3, Mama of 3 here. Almost 4 feet of snow here and another 10 to 12 inches tonight. My guess is you're in New York. So stay warm, stay in the house, turn on a movie, wrap yourself under a blanket, watch it. It's pretty, and don't drive. Wendy Barnes, is there a freeze dryer I recommend? I can't afford a freeze dryer. So I know everybody likes the Harvest Right ones. I can't justify spending $4,000 on a freeze dryer. Maybe other people can afford it. I can't. Okay. Noodlehead 77, is there any way to separate gas and diesel once it's combined? I have no idea. That would be something, maybe ask an auto mechanic. Maybe they're going to know. Never even heard of that being done, so I don't know. Yes, it's me. YouTube takes 40% when the big guy only takes 10. No, YouTube takes 30%, kicks the other 10 to the big guy, and who the hell they got to pay off? Teresa Webb, I work for the Social Security Administration. They're still requiring us to mask in the office, citing executive orders, even though CDC guidelines have laxed. Any idea what EO and how I can beat this? I don't. Every one of those executive orders got overruled as unconstitutional, that they couldn't do it. So that's not anything coming out of the White House. That's directly coming from your boss, as far as I know. Okay. KV, did I start vaping to quit smoking? How long since you've had a cig? Way to go. October 4th was 4 years for me. Okay, kind of touching it. That's been 9 years now. Louisiana Nana, when you laughed last time, you sounded like a happy Santa Claus. Wait till I look like one. Guys, some of you know that look. Let's see. LC, what mic do I use? It is that little clip-on mic. So easy and convenient, works for me. Okay. Stormy Bell, can you plant pumpkins and other winter squash in a small area? How much space is needed? No, you can't plant them in a small area. Pumpkins will grow, spread like crazy, okay? And I mean, I'll give you this. When I was in Indiana, this is when my daughter was, oh God, she had to be maybe about 5. And she wanted to plant pumpkins. We had a garden out in the backyard. It was more of a flower garden, okay, that surrounded an evergreen tree that was back there. She planted 3 pumpkin seeds. This garden was 8 feet wide by 20 feet long. Okay? 3 pumpkin seeds. By late summer, I was mowing over the pumpkin vines because they had spread and taken over the entire garden and were now out in the lawn. Okay. And so, yeah, no, you can't grow pumpkins in a small area. Some squashes, yes, you can, but you got to take a look at whether they are a bushing type squash or a vining type squash, and that'll tell you, like acorn squash and stuff like that. It's a vining squash. A lot of zucchinis and stuff. Not that that's a winter squash, but are more of the bush type. So, try to find the squashes that you want that are more bush type squash. Rose, as a Polish American, I have to ask, do you think the missile was from Ukraine, and your thoughts on that once again? Actually, I had said that the day before it came out, like the afternoon or the evening. I think we had a live stream that night. And I had made the comment on the live stream. I said, looking at the pictures, it looked like an S-300 to me. And I said, based on trajectories and where Lviv was and where the city in Poland where it hit, where Russia is, that the Russian missiles were going east to west and Lviv was shooting from south to north, it made complete sense that it was a Ukrainian missile. And lo and behold, about midnight, what I had said 4 hours earlier, all of a sudden became story. So that it was an S-300 and it was shot from Ukraine and everything like that. My thoughts on that, Zelensky's a dirtbag, okay? He is trying to get NATO involved. I wouldn't put it past him that was on purpose, to try to as a black swan, trying to say, oh, gee, look, Russia did it. Because I mean, even after NATO, the U.S., Poland all said Ukraine did it, Zelensky's still out there going, it wasn't us. We want to send our own investigators. And no, okay, so we already know it's you. All right, but Zelensky is trying to get NATO to go to war against Russia. That's his mission, and NATO is finally wising up, I think, a little bit to this, going, this guy's a fruitcake. Bradford Home, all those complaining about delays and seeing answers before questions. I'm sure Pinball will be creative in this game. I'm trying to do what I can do, guys. I mean, I understand there's delays and speed of internet connection and everything. I can't control everything. I try to do what I can do. So, all right. 'Tis 10 o'clock. I'm going to let everybody go. Hopefully our winner emailed me, because I see I've got some emails, and I also see I've got some cash apps in there. So again, guys, thank you to everybody who has donated to or will be donating to the toy drive. This one should be a lot of fun. We should put a lot of smiles on there. So again, from the bottom of my heart, Mrs. P's heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are doing good things here. So have a good evening, y'all. We'll see you in the morning. Pinball out.